Hey guys, it's Tan. So welcome to another video. So I'm just gonna jump straight into this video. So I actually take all my notes in grid paper because I feel like my handwriting is way better in grid paper. So I write my notes with a Micron black pen that has a 0.5 tip. I also use my mild liners. I actually made a review video about these, which you can check out on the top right corner. Last but not least, I use a ruler to draw out lines for like diagrams or to separate sections. I have these notes that I take in class to refer to, and I also have a PowerPoint presentation open so I can see my lecture. So I use these two to kind of like write down my final notes. So let's get started. I'm first going to write down my heading in all caps. I try to make this as centered as possible, and to be able to distinguish it from the subheadings, I add these lines on the side. I write my notes in bullet points, like in the form of bullet points. So I indicate my main points with this asterisk, and then I write down the points. For my subheadings though, I write them to the left side of the page in all caps, but I don't draw any lines beside them. Then I leave a line under the subheading, and then I start writing my notes for that topic. If I have a subpoint under my main point, I write it with this angled arrow sort of bullet pointer, and I leave about 4 to 5 boxes and start writing this point. If I have any main important points to remember that is like really important for this whole chapter, then I write it in the center of the page, and I will draw a box around that later to separate it and like highlight it from the rest of my notes. And to add some additional information, I add this curved bracket and I add the information vertically. Here I decided to make a flowchart of sorts, so I am making the main point all caps again so that it stands out, and I draw these little arrows, and the points I write under those, like under the headings, under the arrows, they will also be in the asterisks because those are like my main points under this topic. So once I'm done with my note taking, it's time to bring out the highlighter. So I use the thick end first to highlight the heading and the subheadings. Then I use the fine point. It's not really a fine point, it's more like a marker end. So I use that to underline the terms that I defined. And I also like to go over the arrows or other lines with the highlighter to separate it from my main notes. Last but not the least, I draw a box around the important point I had earlier, and use a pen to divide the sections and to decorate the box a little bit more. And that is it for my note-taking update. It's way different and less colorful than it was in high school, but yeah, here's my update. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!